Ladies and gentlemen, everyone worldwide, welcome to the Play Action Podcast, episode number 66. I got to apologize for last week. I noticed in the middle of the show, I put episode 69 for all of them. I jumped the gun on hyping it. I made it the title. That was my mistake. I'll own up to it. Yada, yada, yada. All that kind of fun stuff. But in other news, I am Will, and that is Colton. Colton, how you doing on this weird New Jersey weather Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. You know, we're gonna get some more.
We had summer last week, and then
we're getting summer again tomorrow.
Snow happened on the day of the Super Bowl. It's been cold. Now it's getting hot again. If you're looking for a place to move, New Jersey's not that place. Okay, your emotions will go around. We're in fake summer right now. I believe that's a part of it. Yeah, the fake summer. It's a part of the 24 seasons of New Jersey for this moment.
Yeah, this is a weird state we live in, Will. Not a state that I plan on staying in long term, but hey, man. What an exciting weekend. And what a big weekend for you there, Mr. Behind-the-scenes fella. Mr. Cutting the game. How was that, dude?
Oh, my God. I got to say, though, being able... I get to work with such amazing people, okay? From my boss, Peyton, to, the senior supervisor, Timon, to the people I got to work with, like Tony and Sierra, getting able to cut the stuff, like helping, just get the national anthem, halftime show. They helped all that syndicating. And then, of course, for myself, we got, oh my God, you got Jake, we got Dustin, like us three, we were cutting the plays. We were on fire. Like, I've got to work with them for 2 other games. One was the Cardinals Colts on Christmas, and the other one was the Packers 49ers playoff game. Oh, we were just on the money every time. We were just cutting back and forth. Like, we were on fire. And honestly, I've never most flawless experience of all time. But Colton, do you want to talk about the news we got next week? Because we got everyone right now. Let's hype up next week's show, okay?
Yeah, so next week, exciting.
The return of the man, the myth, the legend, okay?
Dean Blandino is going to stop right by again. Going to give us a nice little show again. We had the honor of having our first show with him on here at the U Stadium platform with Dean Blandino on, so I'm excited to get Dean back on here. We got some other stuff brewing in the background. We got some things going behind the scene. Going to try getting some players on now that the season is settled in. So we got some exciting stuff. But Dean's coming back on next week. Talk some Super Bowl. Talk a little officiating
because we saw some officiating. Because we talked about the taunting and all that stuff, and then it kind of went off a cliff after we talked about it. Got to talk to him about all that.
No Fun League? Oh, okay. You mentioned
if you could say that, I'm not allowed to say that. Seems like Kyle Murray wants out of Arizona. Where do you think he'll end up if that's true? Well, Dan, that question and so much more will be answered on the Play Action Podcast starting now.
This is the Play Action Podcast featuring Will.
In the past 150 days, you didn't ever decide to sit down at your damn desk and be like, hey, let's game plan this playbook. Pardon my French, but goddamn, you are an idiot, Matt Nagy.
Featuring Colton.
Good job, Bill. Golly. What a dope. You missed Brady. You made a mistake. Come out and say you messed up. Golly.
Golly is right.
Golly is right.
I forgot one of the most important things going into what's it called? The show today. Zach Taylor, contract extension through 2026. As we've already said, Colton and I, we've both agreed that, hey, he's probably the odds-on favorite to get fired, all that kind of stuff. Let me just finish writing this one right here. Here we go. Gotta love live shows. But yeah, Zach Taylor extension through 2026. Now with the Bengals, odds-on favorite earlier this year to be the first one fired. Obviously, Cinderella story all the way to the Super Bowl. Historic run for the Bengals. Ultimately fell just a yard short on a questionable P. Ryan run on 3rd and 1. I still don't understand that one, but hey, it is what it is. They got their man. They ran through the AFC, and here they are. They could be fierce competitors going forward.
Yeah, I saw something today that it was kind of like a clip. Is Joe Burrow the best quarterback in the AFC now? We always see, you know what's great about like the media in the NFL? We have to fall in love with what's hot. And we all have our hot topics in the beginning of the season and mid-season, and we all loving what's hot at the moment. Like, oh my gosh, this guy's the next GOAT. Yes, Joe Burrow and the Bengals are the team to beat next year. Because why would they not be for the AFC? I don't know. They're the team that just all of a sudden came from, as The Rock said, came from the ashes.
Oh, well, if you watch the YouTube video of the guy from Fortnite, he announces the most electrifying intro for Super Bowl history. Hands down, one of the funniest titles ever. And I got asked, who makes these titles? I'm going to find who makes those titles. Those are hilarious. Back on, Thanksgiving, one of the, I think Andy Dalton threw a ball and hit off one of the Bears players' helmets. And then they just put as the caption, Doink Chuckles. I gotta say, whoever does that needs a raise. They're funny. They are some funny people.
We got a bunch of people.
Yes,
Jake
this, man. Funk, Super Bowl champion, cigar smoking. Listen. I agree with that. And Burrow is probably QB3. Yeah, I say he's quarterback 3. I say that's really good. Top 5 at least. Top 3, depending on, let's see the rest of everything. Lamar Jackson. Want to see what they can end up getting the offense back together, solidify all that. I don't really think there's Herbert too, and then besides
Joe Burrow's top 2.
Well, I'm saying like top 5 too. Like I'll add Lamar, I'll add Herbert into that conversation.
So I'm assuming what Ryan's going off of here is Mahomes and Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow,
or
was what I'm assuming here. But see, you know what's interesting?
Or Lamar Jackson 1,
as much as
Ravens backup 2, and then there's Burrow there.
I love what you're doing there. Shots fired at the Baltimore area there. Sorry, Ryan. But I have to love what's going on. Yeah.
I'll say.
Stop it. There's no discussion. No, it's Joe Burrow ahead of those guys. Stop it. You could even have the case Joe Burrow ahead of Josh Allen right now. And I'm the biggest Josh Allen supporter.
Yeah, you can listen. I can make a compilation.
He's done more. He's gone to the Super Bowl, which Josh Allen has not.
Oh my God, phone's ringing and everything. Chat's going wild.
It is. Oh gosh, see, you never. When I always hear you say something with the phone, I never hear it, and then when you stop talking, I'm like, oh, there it is.
Oh,
but yeah, we love what's going on here. I seriously think Joe Burrow has to be put up above Josh Allen right now. And this is coming from probably Josh Allen fan club right here. You could put like a sign in the background, Josh Allen #1 fan club here, because I love Josh Allen, but he has to be above Josh Allen right now. Look what he did this season. Seriously. Joe Burrow, hats off to the Bengals. I hate saying it because if you look at the background, diehard Steeler fan, I hate it. They're real legit. But I'm actually going to read Dan's comment now. I've kind of just been going on my rant here on Josh Allen.
Saw an interesting stat of the last 16 quarterbacks to lose their Super Bowl debut and never make it back. Do you think Joe Burrow can break the trend?
Yes.
They got 60.
Yes.
Okay, here. I will pull up Instagram.
I think a lot of those. I think some of these guys break that trend. I think you'll see what's his name break that trend. Mahomes.
I'm one of the like CBS Sports. I love CBS Sports.
To lose their Super Bowl. See, I'm an idiot. I read that wrong. Super Bowl debut and lose. So Mahomes would not be in that. But yes.
I'll instantly go into this, okay? Like going into what the Bengals have for salary cap, like $57.3 million they're going into. They got to resign Jesse Bates, which I think they do. I think Riley's going to walk. Eli Apple, they're going to throw him out. Like they're not even going to attempt to resign him after the end of the postseason he had. BJ Hill, I think they end up re-signing. Easy question. You gotta, block this man. Do not give him the Andrew Luck treatment. Don't do what the Colts did. And just, here's a cornerstone left tackle in what's his face who retired early last year. You need to protect the guy. Okay.
See, I'm taking already a lot of
slander.
A lot of slander for that Josh Allen take. See, this is another one. Did you see that? We're going to get to it in a little bit, but Mr. Hackett out here pointing it out. He had like a whole Baldy's breakdown on his Instagram page and was talking about the Stafford throw to Cooper Kupp, the no-look pass being like one of the best throws he's ever seen. But actually, he said
I've already seen him do a no-look throw, and it was against the Giants. I believe it was in the third quarter. It was a Cooper Kupp touchdown. You were at that game. And it wasn't the insane pylon kind of like toe tapping inside. It was just a great Stafford one. If I could show it, I would, but copyright doesn't let us do that. So
Yeah, well, Joe says that throw is the best throw in Super Bowl history to Cooper Kupp. I said that was a lot of cap.
no,
I don't know.
no,
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Mario Manningham. Okay, that with 2 inches on the sideline. I hate the Giants. I'm a diehard Giants hater, but I'll say the greatest pass in Eli's history, Super Bowl history, is that throw from the goal line to Mario Manningham in between, I believe, Devin McCourty and I want to say Stephen Gregory. I want to say it was them. Yes. And Ryan, what's funny is we bring Josh on here. Josh says, no, the OBJ catch is the best pass in NFL history. I'd say, no, you're wrong. That sucked. Okay, it was just a lucky pass.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. I'm glad you said it. I wasn't going to be the homer to say it, but it is. Like, that throw's got to be there, too. Like, he said it was better than the Holmes throw. Yeah, eat my shorts. Both were down. I don't know how many pictures you need to see it was down. Thank you. Thank you, Dan Hackett. See, I love everyone. Joe, you were definitely on the high of the Super Bowl. Like, come on. See, Joe would come on to the debate. Joe, we'll get this queued up for you, buddy. I'll get you queued up for this. But well, that's something else we got to do. We have to start queuing in people. You want to come in? Hot take circle? Come on in. Come on into the fight zone.
I'm so down with this. I'm very down with it.
See, how do you pull that and then just all of a sudden
we just send them
to boot people? Do you have the control to boot people out of here?
Yeah, I could just when you told me the Jets aren't winning the Super Bowl next year, I could just give you the boop and now you're off the screen. I don't have to hear you with your bad takes ever again.
Wow. See, we can honestly queue that up. Oh gosh, do you want to do it now? We could get hot take Hackett in.
I could get hot take Hackett. I mean, Mr. Funk Hackett, the Funkadelic Hackett.
Yeah. We
Comment
like
yes if you want to hop on the show. I'm so down. Okay, this could be either really good or really bad, and I am all for it.
Joe out here with hot take. Joe, Joe, are you free to hop in here real quick? Hot take Hackett.
Yeah,
I can
give you 60 seconds. Let you be
hot take Hackett.
Talking.
You in? Yeah, hot take Hackett. You available to hop in here? We can get you queued up in. Oh yes, okay, dude. All right, my man.
You send them an email. We'll throw them in here.
Joe,
okay,
Joe,
I'll return us to this thing here. Is Richard Sermon right saying Stafford isn't a Hall of Famer right now, even though he has a Super Bowl title? I mean, it's kind of weird too. I mean, Torrey Holt wasn't brought into the Hall of Fame, and he led the 2000s with receiving yards. He's going to send you a link. You're going to join in.
I just sent it to you, Joe.
Yeah, click the link in your email, and we can add you if you want to join on computer or phone. Don't matter. We will get you in here.
Yeah. Anyone else who wants to hop in? We'll get quick segments here. We'll do like a video version of Spaces. This is what's going to go on here. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if Stafford, if he retires today,
there's people with Super Bowl titles that aren't even in the Hall of Fame. I feel like it's like such
Stafford
a weird.
Probably gets in when he's
well.
done.
I saw a thing too. If Stafford's a Hall of Famer, then Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer because they're basically identical in stats right now.
Which I could see that because then what's it called? You're saying Philip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. Why isn't Matt Ryan a Hall of Famer when he's all said and done? Come on.
I feel like
Stafford's going to get in.
Although Super Bowl titles are nice to add to the resume, I feel like it's not that concluding point. They're kind of okay, hey, he's won a title. That's very nice. Kind of going through that. I mean, you can make the case for so many other people too.
Yeah, I think he gets in the Hall of Fame when he's all said and done, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Stafford will probably retire at a Hall of Fame level, but if he retires today, probably not. I agree with that. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Odell because, the knee injury, how long is it going to take for him re-injuring again, the same knee he tore in Cleveland last year? Robert Woods' recovery with his ACL, how is that going to go? As we got Voom.today in the chat there. I don't know why.
F's in the chat right there. Not too sure, but see, I love this. Dan, appreciate your comments.
Yes, we really appreciate you, Dan.
We love all these comments, man.
Yes, it gives us stuff to talk about.
Absolutely.
Stafford's youngest to go 10, 20, 30, 40,000 passing yards, and you end up with a title. I mean, is he first ballot? Well, let's see where who else he has to compete with to get in, because there's always going to be people that are like delayed a year. Like this past year was kind of weird with DeMarcus Ware not getting in, even though he's like what, 4th or 5th all time in sacks. That was like a very weird year.
They
with,
do some weird
people.
stuff with the Hall of Fame, man.
It was a lot of older people that got in, and it was really cool to get them the chance to get in, so they're not waiting. But also, you have a lot of people that do retire.
There were 2 people.
You had Sam Mills, and you had what's his face,
2.
Bryant too.
Ryan. This is an interesting question, Ryan. Ryan, you're giving me stuff for the next. Ryan, you're giving me content for the next shows.
Can I give you a 3-page paper on who I can do? I'll give you double space format. I forgot MLA. I think that's it. Citations inside, all that stuff. I don't even remember how to. I don't know how to write a paper anymore.
That's correct. See,
I feel like you have to put Brady and Ben in there at the same time.
I feel like they have to be.
We talked about this too. Aikman and I want to say Plummer both got in at the same time. I want to say
there's been a few quarterbacks in together.
And they were like, and they were big names too.
Yeah,
I went through all that.
But I think they both get in. It'd be kind of like disgraceful for them not to get in. But there we go. We got some free agent talks. It's not too early. It is not too early.
About the Giants in turn potentially resigning. Well, Nate Solder's contract was voided out today, so they're eating $4 million in cap right there. So you're going to be looking at a right tackle. I think a lot of teams are going to be looking at offensive linemen, especially through the draft. I'm not sure how deep the draft is. I have to physically sit down and look at the draft class. But if they decide to stay with Barkley and Daniel Jones, that'll be interesting. We'll get back to that comment in just a second. We got the debut here of Mr. Hackett. I gotta get the thirds down on this one.
Oh gosh, Hack no cap.
Let's take off this. What's
up,
going
guys?
on?
How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Hey man, we love this stuff. See, we're gonna hot take circle, get in the fight. We're gonna get some like fighting sounds, ding 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 ding. All right, Hack. So you're jumping in here with some hot takes.
Mm-hmm.
As Ryan's out here blowing up the chat, future Hall of Famers. Ryan, I'm telling you, you'll be typing in there for the next 10 minutes because you can literally add on plenty of guys who will be in the Hall of Fame. But you're in here, Mr. Hack No Cap. Check out his new song. What is it? I Don't Know Why? Is that it?
IDKY.
That's it. I just checked it out driving to the Prudential Center last night. Good stuff, Hack. I haven't
like
texted you about it. So let me tell you right to your face. I loved it, dude. Me and Christina right here rocking it.
Thanks,
but you're in here in the fighting circle. We're going to get a new thing. If this is going to be a regular thing, people jumping in here. Well, I don't know how we're going to do this with like random people, but like other than people we know, we're going to call this the fighting ring. But Hack, you're out here saying that Stafford throw to Cooper Kupp, the no-look pass, was the greatest in Super Bowl history. Why is that? We have a lot of people disagreeing. Why is it?
Well, actually, if you went on my Instagram story, it's about 50-50. I just think the things that Matt Stafford had to do during that play, manipulate the defense with his eyes, the anticipation, the skill to make that throw, all of it came together in a somewhat of a clutch. I'm trying to avoid talking about how clutch it was and just talk about the throw itself, because that's when you get into the Big Ben category. I think that's a great. I don't want to take anything away from Big Ben. Colton,
down with the Steelers.
And Colton, you know that my number one pass of all time before this Super Bowl was the Eli Manning throw to Mario Manningham. And the thing that I focused on the most is how easy the quarterback made the catch for the receiver. I think if we go out throughout this entire chat, am I being too loud? I haven't checked the levels on this.
No, you're good.
Okay. If we go through everybody in this chat and we go, what was more impressive, Big Ben's throw or Santonio Holmes' catch? Everyone's going to say the catch is was more impressive.
We gotta get the U Stadium Twitter and make a poll about that, which is more impressive there.
Well, I think that's an easy one. It is the catch, but the same token, the ball over 3 guys is absolutely.
Listen.
Like,
I think
both there.
We're talking greatest play in Super Bowl history. That is arguably the best. We had 2 of them in that game with the James Harrison pick 6. Those are arguably the 2 greatest plays in Super Bowl history. But when it comes to strictly the throw, what Matt Stafford had to do, what he manipulated Von Bell into doing, and taking the risk, the anticipation of Cooper Kupp. I mean, you look at the Eli Manning throw. It was a great throw. It was immaculate. He made it so easy. Mario Manningham didn't have to
and
do
plus, they were teammates for what, 3-4 seasons at that point. Him and Cooper Kupp were on what, game 21 playing together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
So
not even
it
looking
makes
at
it even
that
more
way.
impressive too.
Yeah, and even going back to last Super Bowl, another one in my top 5 was a drop to Patrick Mahomes. He was parallel to the ground and he chucked it. It hit. Was it Darrell Williams? It hit him right in the face mask.
Yes. Hack no cap breakdown. We have the Baldy's breakdown, famous version. We have the hack no cap behind the scenes. We're
gonna get him the little John Madden TV where he just starts drawing the X's and O's and starts going everywhere.
Boom. You know how to great wedding, Brett Favre.
Don't get him going. Don't get hack no cap going, man. He'll break down everything and he'll do it in the voices. The guy's great. So I'm gonna let you get your first crack at this one. Do you agree with Mr. No Cap, or was it kind of it just happened and it's like, holy crap, like it's here? What are your thoughts on it?
It's ballsy to do it in a Super Bowl, nonetheless. You're down and you're on, and it was the final drive too. So it's just ballsy in order to perform that, even going from behind. You know how good the Bengals defense has been all year, except they couldn't defeat Mike White, but that's a different discussion for a different day. But the fact that Stafford pulled this out of his pocket, I believe it was a third down. I want to say it's a third down.
It was 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. And just being able to execute that so perfectly, it's honestly impressive. Like, there's different categories for impressive and all that stuff, and just being able to pull that off, especially being down, time's ticking, and if that was picked off and he pulled that, he would just be talked about like, what are you trying to do here? He's just kind of throwing the ball away. But now it's like perfect ball placement. He basically gets it, threads the needle in between 3 Bengals defenders. So it's impressive on its own. Like the Manningham catch, having to go down 95 yards for the Giants, having to conclude both game-winning drives too. And you're playing down, so both ballsy throws.
And not to rehash.
I feel like both have to be in their own separate category. I feel like they cannot be placed together. Like, they're both impressive. Like, you could put tie for one for both of them, but you have to put them in absolute sideline grabs. Manningham's there, but absolute back to the wall, ballsy throw. You get Stafford's throw right there.
But even then, what are we talking about? We're talking about the catch. We're not talking about the throw. That's where the argument comes into play. Is I think that's the greatest throw in Super Bowl history. It was completed. He made it easy for the receiver, and he had to manipulate the defense in a ridiculous way. Another one, I hate to rehash old memories, Colton, bad memories, but the Aaron Rodgers to Greg Jennings across the middle of the field, I think it was a 30-yard bomb in between 3 Steelers, one being Troy Polamalu. That was ridiculous. That's in my top 3. And then Big Ben is the 4th. When we talk about greatest plays in Super Bowl history, Big Ben, he's top 2, top 3, But when it comes to the greatest throw, the catch was not outshined by the throw with Big Ben's.
See, that's what's interesting here with this, because I think Manningham has to be one for me. But it's, again, like Will said, it's a whole different fighting circle.
The fighting circle.
I love it. But it's its own category. And that's what I'm glad Stafford's getting the appreciation, because we've fallen in love with Mahomes doing this. Mm-hmm. And the guy's been all quiet in beat up, blue collar Detroit doing this. If you go back and watch Stafford highlights, like a Detroit fan putting highlights together, you're going to see multiple no-look passes. And it's like, holy crap. But it's not talked about, and it's not on ESPN all over the place because it was in Detroit. And Mahomes was the flashy item, and you had the time at Rodgers. That's why I'm glad Stafford's getting some of the respect he deserves here, and I'm glad it came up clutch for him. But
Tyree catch one? No.
I still, you know what? I still say no with that. I still don't love, it was a great catch.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't number 1.
I still don't think it's one. I don't, man.
People act like that was a 4th down play.
He should have been sacked on that play. I think we can all agree there. Vince Wilfork, as behemoth of a man that is, he should have been able to drag him down, and being able to escape from Richard Seymour and Vince Wilfork to get that play off. You're escaping 700 pounds of man there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have it there. Best throw I'm going to give to Eli, just the placement and everything. That catch was nuts. That's on there for catches, but again, it didn't win it.
That's a great catch.
Yeah.
That's a great catch.
that is a great catch for me. That's why I have the Holmes Ben play as like the best in Super Bowl history because it won a Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
Holmes made it a lot harder because if you watch that first play, it should have been a touchdown. He was wide open back in the end zone and dropped it. And I'm like, me and my dad, I remember watching the game, was like, all right, we might have just lost. Like, again, they were in field goal range to tie it, yada, yada, yada. But I'm like, their chance might have just went out the window. Like, it was there, touchdown, easy as could be. And then he makes that catch. I'm like, holy crap, that game was a roller coaster in itself. But that I remember watching that Edelman catch live, Dan, and that was crazy. I remember, like,
I think
holy
everyone
crap, he caught
lost
it. And everyone around was like, nah. And I'm like, he caught it. And next all he sees the official from Timbuktu. He's the catch. It's a catch. I was like, what the? I'm like, I told you. And then all the replays, but I'm glad Hack No Cap's out here defending Mr. Matthew Stafford, and he's getting the credit that he's due in Stafford. But for me, I think it's Manningham. But Hack, final thoughts on it. Final thoughts to put the seal of approval on the Stafford throw.
Just going over, just to touch on the Edelman, the Brady throw was terrible. He threw into triple coverage and bounced off of the 3 Falcons. That could have easily been picked. Great catch. I'll call it one of the greatest catches of Super Bowl history, but definitely the throw, no. And I'm a big Brady guy. But just all in all, when it comes to all three, everything a quarterback has to do, Stafford did it on that play. He confused the defense. He just moved Von Bell a step out of reach. And for him to know that he was, oh yeah, I could. Come on,
Screw Cooper Kupp's down there.
Yeah, he down there somewhere. Throw up the hen dog, bring it down. But that's all I gotta say is whatever you need a quarterback to do, Stafford did on that play. And if you look at the other greatest throws, you can't really say that they really manipulated it. You might have known what they were in, but Eli threw it in a double coverage. It was just a ridiculous throw. I'll give it to him. Top 3 throw of all time. Big Ben took what the defense gave him. Top 3 throw. Extend the play, okay? But Stafford just did it all on that one play, which is why I got to give it the best throw in Super Bowl history.
Well, Hack, I appreciate you hopping in. We're gonna try and make it as a weekly thing.
We're gonna make it a weekly thing.
Yeah,
get someone new on every single week. Just
gets the fighting circle. Check out Hack No Cap. My man's always dropping new stuff. Just dropped out his latest single.
That's how I got on here so fast. I was in the studio.
Adam, always putting in work.
Number
out.
1 Jake Funk fan.
I was just about to say
Emmett Smith. Jake Funk, okay, like listen, better than AP, better than
Barry Sanders, who
better than Walter Payton,
who's got more Super Bowls?
You know what? Here, I'll Emmett, Walter, Jake Funk. Okay, that'll conclude the top 3.
And who knows? He's only a rookie.
You never know.
One for one.
Even one for one. Jake Funk. Check out Hack No Cap on Spotify, wherever YouTube, wherever you check out, get your music, check it out. Check out I Don't Know Why, his latest single. Thank you, Hack No Cap, for hopping by, and
thank
you. We'll no cap breakdown. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. So that was Hack No Cap. That was fun. Will a little fighting circle action
little fighting circle.
A show that we didn't even get to the Super Bowl yet, and just to give it a recap. That was a nice little curveball. Dan, by the way, I know you've been in here in the comments the whole time, and it's usually me having to defend Ben the whole time. I feel like you've been in here before. I feel like you're a Broncos fan. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I want to say he was a Broncos fan.
Right? I want to say you're a Broncos fan.
Is he related? Could we have a relationship to the coach?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Are we related?
So, Dan, if we're still in here, correct me on that. But I believe you are a Broncos fan, if my memory does me well. But non-QB touchdowns. Are you talking about that Joe Mixon touchdown? Is that what you're getting at here?
Joe, I
Pittsburgh native. So you are a Steeler fan. All right, Dan, you got me. I didn't think you were.
I was
you were
preaching this,
fan, but you are.
Non-quarterback throws a touchdown. I was preaching it the entire 2 weeks. I'm like, I even predicted on Twitter. Didn't even make the roof of SoFi. I'm a little upset, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But Antoine Randall, let's see, then Joe Mixon, and then after that, it's just it's fuzzy. Not sure who else to put in there.
Yeah, see, you have to start thinking of what's it called? But
I'm gonna write you a long paper, Ryan. I'm gonna send it to you. You can grade it out of 100.
Yeah, Ryan's out here looking for like homework. Ryan, please, man, you got to give me like a notice with like when you want me to cite stuff in MLS formation
I'm turning
all that fun
25 soon.
stuff.
Okay, the brain's a little fried. Gotta
Yeah,
get back into that
relax,
school
man.
mode.
Jeez, Ryan. But yeah, Randall L up there and Mixon. Like you can Trey Burton, but it was like wide open. Like that wasn't like it was a great play call and everything. But
It was a ballsy play call on 4th down, especially against Bill.
yeah, but it wasn't like a great throw. I think Mixon's got to be up there, dude. That was a heck of a ball by Mixon, by the way. That was a heck of a pass.
No, Philly was definitely a touchdown.
It was definitely a touchdown. You're thinking of the Jets. The Jets did it.
Yeah, the Jets did it on a 2-point
or the
conversion.
Browns did one of the two.
Browns
Also,
did it to the
Browns, I
Jets,
think,
and then
did
the
it
Jets did it to the Bengals. Just the roller coaster stuff. But let's get into some other stuff. Kyler Murray situation. Last week, I want to say early last week, he deleted everything Cardinals related after the Pro Bowl. Everything. He left his draft photo up there and a picture from the Pro Bowl. A lot of players are like, "Oh, don't really think too much into it. It's a detox." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm not really going to think about it because who really cares?" Comes out day of the Super Bowl, how much of a leader he is not. He likes to shell away from everyone. He's always on the phone during halftime talking to his girl. He didn't want to go back out there during the wild card loss, according to Mike Garafolo, in the 4th quarter against the Rams wild card weekend. This is just a weird situation all around. And then the Cardinals on Instagram deleted all their photos except for Kyler Murray's draft day photo and the same photo they posted from the Pro Bowl. It's weird. I don't know what to think of it. It's very weird.
I think the Cardinals people, the media, like the Cardinals social media people, are definitely being memers. No, I don't, Ryan. So if you want to give me an MLS formation of where you got your information from, I will gladly give you an A+ on.
Is the NFL Rums? Because I don't like that Twitter page. Shots fired.
But no, I think it's all blown out of proportion. You're gonna see Kyler back in Arizona next year. All this fun stuff. We're all gonna forget about
Hopkins
it.
wouldn't have signed another 2-year extension. He signed through 2027 to not be there. He's already said how much he likes Kyler.
They're gonna be. It's fine. Everything's fine. This whole stuff's getting blown out of proportion. You get all these like teams with no quarterbacks, like Pittsburgh, Denver, Carolina. All these teams like Kyler Murray. It's like it's not happening, buddy. Dream on. So yeah. Yeah, no, not happening. And Ryan, that's one of those cap things. Like, don't even waste time on that.
Twitch star.
that would literally be Juju Smith-Schuster if anything. So,
he's gonna go play for the A's. AJ Brown's working out for the Padres. I mean, he's getting into some shape for baseball. He wants to give it a little swing. That's kind of
dude. Did you see his BP work, by the way?
No, I did not.
My man hit the ball, AJ Brown. But yeah, Kyler Murray. This is all like, again, you might be right on this.
It's just blown out. I think it's just blown out of proportion. Like, apparently, Giannis did this to the Bucks like 7 times before they even won the championship. Like, it's just a way to detox and you just kind of get away from the season.
I got you. CAP. Cap. This is all cap. Like, this is all like.
Oh, Mr.
Crap.
Hackett.
This...
Cap.
Nah, don't do hack no cap dirty like that. But yeah, for real. Yeah, this is all nothing. Like, this is just people being bored and we have something to talk about. And it's like, oh, Kyler Murray did something. I could talk about this for 2 weeks now. Where's a good situation for Kyler Murray? Now, next minute, like Aaron Rodgers, something happens with Aaron Rodgers. So on and so forth.
You want to go into the Aaron Rodgers stuff right now? I mean, but also let's get the ticker down on the bottom here. You can follow us on all of our social media platforms. Wanted to do that at the beginning of the show, took it off, all that stuff. But Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr contract extension talks. Derek Carr's looking for over 35, close to 40. Rodgers looking at 35 to 40 as well. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and his fiance split. And apparently she's from Colorado. So I think the Broncos are not going to be on Rodgers' list to be a trade destination anymore. I think he might be staying put in Green Bay. I feel like that's a lock. I feel like it's certain, even with his NFL MVP speech. I really feel like this guy's not leaving. I don't think he's leaving.
See, his NFL speech was great because you don't know if it was like his was like
I was like
heartfelt towards LaFleur.
oh my god, I was like, he's gonna retire right here. He's doing it. I was so set on him retiring.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was a
so set
lot
on
with
it.
that speech. It was like 17 years in Green Bay. I'm like, holy crap, he's leaving.
Roller
Then it was
coaster.
like, LaFleur, you're my guy. This is you also.
Thanking everyone
I
that
think-
drafted
I
him, all
think-
that stuff.
Yeah, and thank the guys that he had some disagreements with. It was very, very interesting. I'll leave the light on for him. You know that motel or like the Hotel 8. We'll leave the light on for you. That's where I'm at with Mr. Aaron Rodgers. I'll leave the light on for you in Pittsburgh, my man. I'll leave it on for you, but I don't think he comes. I think it's a shot in the dark. You have to like send them like 4 first-round draft picks to pry him away. But yeah, shout out to Aaron Rodgers.
The
That's
NFL is what have you done for me lately? League and Derek Carr is nothing worth. Well, I mean, to be considered in a trade rumor every single offseason ever since he's been drafted. Like when he got drafted, I'm pretty sure there was a trade rumor for him getting out of Oakland. This man's gone through so much too. Like I feel like he's finally found his fitting Motel 6. I mean, it is, but go back to this comment. Listen, Derek Carr he deserves so much. He's done so
Yes,
much,
he
and I think he's one of the most loyal Raiders you can honestly think of. Like this man has honestly done everything right for Oakland, now Vegas. Like,
Why I would take him, Dan. I would take him in a heartbeat in Pittsburgh. If he was available for like a first round draft pick, I would
he's
take Derek
better.
Carr in
He's
a
better
heartbeat.
than what you're gonna get from Jimmy G. Like Jimmy G's a good like game manager. Like yeah, he could throw. Like Jimmy G could throw the ball, but Derek Carr, like you want 4,500 yards up, Derek Carr will be your man.
Derek
Like
Carr's
if he
played with
didn't break his
garbage.
ankle against the Colts Christmas Eve 5 years ago, wow, that's really long ago. If he didn't break his ankle, he would have won MVP. You're not going to tell me otherwise. I feel like he would have won MVP that week.
Yeah, I would see Dan, Mr. Hackett, and myself would get in the fighting circle with you, and I'm gonna go tit for tat with you defending Derek Carr. I'm a big Derek Carr guy. I would take him in a heartbeat. I'm not giving up like 80 first-round draft picks like the compensation for Deshaun Watson, but I would take Derek Carr in a heartbeat. Like when there was always those rumors of him getting traded, I was going to take it. I would say exactly. Like Derek Carr was a top 10 quarterback this year. Is he a top 10 quarterback?
He's
all
so
the time?
underrated.
No.
He's so
He's
like
very good.
underrated.
So you're going to tell me he's got Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller. That's his weapons.
And then he also has Josh
Cricket.
Jacobs when he decides to, show up. Kenyon Drake, who was iffy
Again,
for him.
cricket noise. You can cue
I
those
mean-
on the soundboard. Like he's playing with nothing. And I get the numbers weren't great at the end. I think he had 21 touchdowns to 14 picks. He's throwing in nobodies.
And then
Like,
he
he's
also
literally throwing
lost
to
his
Brian
starting
Edwards
guard.
and Zay Jones.
He lost
Like,
the
come
starting
on,
guard
man.
and center due to trades to Seattle and Arizona.
Like I would gladly take Derek Carr in a heartbeat. Like
And plus,
one
what he
thing
had,
twice.
and plus
about
what he
it.
had to deal with too. He's honestly such a great leader too for Vegas. After the whole Gruden incident, and then plus the Ruggs, Arnett, everything else that kind of has just been going down for Vegas. Like he's honestly been a very true leader. Like he's been there thick and thin. Like he wants to help him. Like and he also said when Ruggs, like he was emotional about the whole Ruggs thing. Like he just wished Ruggs called him. He would have helped him out. And I don't think you can ask for anyone more than emotional. Just like wants to be a leader. He wants to help out his team. If it's on the football field or off the football field, that's Carr for you.
I
He's
would take Derek
literally
Carr-
just.
I would take Derek Carr in a heartbeat. One thing twice about it. Hey, by the way, you brought up Damon Arnett. Did you know? This was weeks ago. Did you know he signed with the Kansas City Chiefs? I believe practice.
Yes,
squad?
and then
Did you know that?
he got cut from the practice squad because of I forgot what he got cut for. I'm not sure if it was a DUI or he got caught up with a weapons possession.
I didn't see that.
He
You
got
know more than
arrested
me.
for something. Well, I'm gonna trust Google on this one. So let's see. Just give
Oh,
me
it didn't
one
matter
moment
that
on this
much.
one.
I just thought I'd talk about it since you brought up Damon Arnett. So I thought it was like easy pieces to talk about.
Gotta love live shows here.
Hey man, hey,
Yes, arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. That's what he was
that's-
released for.
See, some people don't learn. Hey, I remember when what's it called? Drafted Vegas. We're drafting good guys. You know, I remember that was kind of like their whole pinpoint of what they do.
They
is
drafted good
drafting
guys?
Good guys. Yeah, like good character people, and had that work out for them. Yeah, not so good. Raiders, don't trip the gun. But yeah, dude. What do we got next on tap? There we go. We really
here we
haven't
go.
even really talked about the Super Bowl.
I
really.
know, like we haven't really talked about anything, but let's go over like the basics here. Let's go to our great page over on U Stadium on Twitter. Make sure you follow them. 112.3 million people watched the Super Bowl, which is up 14% from last year, and I believe this is ranked third all time to number one being Seattle and New England, and I'm drawing a blank of who number two is. Overall, the hype to the Super Bowl, I liked it. I like the fact that, you know, we had another home team in it. I liked it was in SoFi Stadium. I mean, the weird roof, no roof, let's blow the ceilings the roof kind of building. I'm not even sure. Canopy? Tarp? I don't know what the kind of roof it is, but going in, I was really, really a fan of the Super Bowl. I had a couple friends that were actually I actually have a friend that was, you know, filming stuff down there. He was actually inside the stadium like Wednesday before the Super Bowl. I saw some of this, like he was showing us the shots he was doing. It's pretty freaking cool, I gotta say. But the game in general, I liked it. I gotta say, just there wasn't a bad point. I like that the refs were not involved. We talked about this on the phone Monday. The refs were not involved, and it was just nice. Yeah. 2 penalties on each side before, you know, that 2-minute warning where, you know, penalties galore, laundries all over the field. I like that the refs weren't involved. Yeah, there was some stuff that should have been called, obviously, but, you know, they kind of they let them play. And I don't know, I feel like it's been a long time since they actually let both teams play, and there wasn't really a flag at all.
Yeah, I loved
except for Vernon Hargraves running onto the field after the interception, like a moron. Like, I don't know what the hell you're doing, dude.
That
What was that? Oh, they should have cut him on the field. Tell him, get inside, go in the locker room, go home. We don't want you here.
Yeah, that was a bunch of nonsense. But yeah, so you got me here. You pretty much took my thoughts on it. I thought it was
halftime show, phenomenal. Couldn't just
hats off.
Hit the nail on the head there. Like, that was a great halftime show. You couldn't have asked for anything more. I feel bad for the people inside the stadium. They couldn't listen to the actual performance. I don't know, something with like the audio, the music was overblaring the actual like lyrics. But if you were like screen watching, you can read lips, you were able to understand what was going on, but you couldn't hear it. And people were
really?
Yeah, I saw a couple videos. I would show them, but copyright, I don't really know. And then Snoop Dogg hitting a bit of the joint there before performing. Gotta say, that was I gotta love Snoop. Right before
it was a great. Like you said, I'm gonna
50 Cent. I gotta say 50 Cent. Okay, everyone busted him for being overweight. Dude is so jacked. Okay,
he's still in a lot better shape than half the other people probably tweeting like, "Hey, the best one."
I could do that.
Inflation really hit 50 Cent. That was amazing, by the way.
Whole dollar.
That was amazing. But again, going back to the game itself, the halftime show was great. Loved it. Could do it. The
electric continued. I mean, who was it? T. Higgins that got the 75-yard pass first play out of into the second half.
Yes, sir.
Oh my Lord.
I thought the game was good. You hit the nail on the head with the officials. That's why I can't wait to ask Dean next week. How was it seeing like no dirty laundry? And we fair the people complaining about the Wilson holding penalty. I get that was ticky-tacky and probably shouldn't have been called. But guess what? The Bengals got away with a face mask. So like I thought
both fan bases were going back and forth. Like, oh hey, you were technically offsides, you know, encroachment. The entire line jumped. The entire line jumped on the third down play, and then they offset the penalties
play on the holding call. You know, I thought it all worked out. You know, I thought the Bengals should have won it. They didn't, and it ended up the flags were pretty much equal. You know, they got a big touchdown off of a face mask that should have been called. You got a holding penalty that would have been fourth down. You know, and game on the line there for the Rams, but everything worked out itself, and, you know, you really couldn't complain about any of that nonsense, to be fair. So I was happy with the way that was, and the game was great, man. You saw it late. You can cue up the meme. I know you've been kind of waiting for it.
Oh my
You know,
God.
so since we're talking about the Super Bowl, it
fourth
bit them late.
down. Okay, let's get this. So we got to go to Reddit for. Well, I don't want to show that one yet. Let's get this one. Fourth down. If they just decided to double Aaron Donald on this, but I don't know. They doubled them every play, and then this one they're just like, oh yeah, hey, good luck, dude. You got to go 1-on-1 on Aaron Donald. Bust it through the line. If he just had a second and a half to just throw it, like Jamar was wide open, Jalen Ramsey fell. We could have seen like LSU days right there. Like there was so much that could have happened there. Really, so much that could have happened. And let me cue up the meme, okay?
Cue up the meme.
Let me cue up the meme, okay? And it lives on in infamy, okay? Like, listen, we joked about it preseason. Oh my God, they got it all done and fruition. There it is. They got to give the Patrick Mahomes thing as Jack jumps in here. King was the face mask the biggest no call in Super Bowl history. Why do I feel like there was like two other plays I'm thinking of that were the biggest no calls that just were not called?
Again, I feel like this is up the Joe Hackett alley, and this is like kind of like right in our face, most recent, and it's like we
like
know
right there.
So like it's like the same thing with the Stafford throw being the best throw. And
I'll get back to this comment next week, but I'll say yes for right now. I'll do a little snooping. I'll figure out, everything else. A little snooping. I'll go through down the little rabbit hole there. I'll be watching how to make chicken tenders. I'll look up how to make chicken tenders on YouTube, and then all of a sudden I'm going into, are aliens really roaming among us? Like I'll jump down that rabbit hole.
Don't hit that joint there, Snoop.
The devil's lettuce. Don't do that.
Don't do it, Snoop. But
bad.
Yeah, it was the meme lives on, and the center was out here looking at nothing. The center touched nobody on that play. It was like he looks to the left and was like, "Oh gosh, you're getting beat." And
look, option B, just right there.
Hats off to the Rams, though. To be fair, the first half they doubled them and was like, "All right," they had to go in the locker room and make some adjustments, and they did. And guess what they did? They sacked him like 5 or 6 times in the second half.
9 times. 7 times? 9 times? Third most times in NFL history a quarterback's been sacked in a season, including postseason.
They got him in the second half.
It was just crazy. The Carman was such a horrendous pick. And what's this other one? Some people think there should have been a DPI on the final play of the Ravens. I feel like that's an up for grabs thing, but I feel like we're still in the era of they weren't calling pass interferences. This is when corners can play defense. Like, the end of the Darrelle Revis era where, he's a lockdown corner. Can we also make this point too? Like, I don't really think there's going to be another like lockdown corner ever again. Can we make that assumption? Can we like make that a thing? I don't really think defensive players could play defense. I don't think we'll have another player like Revis where he can like lock it down. Like Revis was like the end of that era. Now it's kind of like you could play defense, but you got to just watch out. You don't, two-hand touch him to get a pass interference or something down the field.
When Gilmore won his Defensive Player of the Year is pretty gross, dude. And he was pretty locked.
Was that the year where they lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl? Or am I thinking the year after? Where
Pop.
I want to say it may have been the Eagles year where, he somehow defeated Marquise Lee on 4th down to Blake Bortles. Imagine that. We were moments away from potentially getting a Nick Foles and Blake Bortles Super Bowl.
That was the meme. That was the meme picture with Nick Foles, Case Keenum, Blake Bortles and Brady. Like what? What nonsense did we have to deal with here? But yeah, it's crazy. We've had a lot of people tune into the show. Another good one here.
Thank you all for tuning in.
So actually, we are over 550. So appreciate all of you. But yeah.
And then I can also say too, this is the first time.
That's right. I was on my. I'm sorry. Well, I was on the plane coming home from the cruise when they did lose, and that was amazing. I remember that.
I was in a B-dubs watching this game, and I literally watched Brady's last pass as a Patriot go for a touchdown. Technically, I'm right there. So
I hate you.
I hate myself too sometimes, but that's okay.
Oh gosh, but yeah, it was a great game, dude.
This is really one of the first times too I wouldn't have minded either team winning.
I cannot say the same, but it was a good game.
Let's jump
I cannot
into
say the same.
well, since the season's over and depression starts to kick in, 202 days till the next season kicks off. September kickoff, whoever the Rams are going to end up playing. Maybe we might get a rematch, 49ers Rams. I mean, I wouldn't mind that as an opening night matchup. See Trey Lance in prime time. Let's go into buy, selling, and holding. Colton, what do you want to buy into? Looking at now all 32 teams. Now we're all 0-0 back into it. Rams are going to be celebrating for a couple months, and that's okay. Let's talk about goose eggs for each column there.
For me, I'm going to buy the Bengals next season. They got money to spend. I see Teron Armstead being an easy go get in free agency to help on that offensive line. I got to buy the Bengals, man. We talk about Kansas City and the Chargers and the Ravens possibly. Dude, the Bengals are the team to beat next year. They are. How young they are. They're only going to get better.
Do you think they might have too much hype behind it? It might be something along the lines of hey, we made it here. Do you feel they could get cocky?
Are you talking about the Browns?
What you told me the other day, the Browns.
I hate this kid. Yeah. Welcome in. You want to join the fighting circle, you jerk off?
Whoa.
Jerk off? Huh? You want in? You want in?
Whoa.
I'll tag you next.
That's some fighting words.
Tag you next,
fighting
Josh.
words on there.
But yeah, no. I remember when this kid said, "Oh, the one seed. How can you sell off?" Yeah, how'd that work? Clown? Go back to the G-Men clown show. Freaking Boomer Sooner. Yeah. Yeah,
horns down.
Yeah, horns down. Oh, yeah, good luck to you over there. But for me, I
want to buy. Oh my God, who do I want to buy? God,
see, I'm buying the Bengals, dude. You have to buy them.
Can I buy the Niners? I want to see what they get to get with Trey Lance. I want to buy into them. I want to buy in early. Let's see what goes on there. Da Bears. Fields of Roquan in particular. Sell the Patriots.
That's interesting. Selling the
Ravens
Patriots.
kryptonite. I think do the Ravens play the Patriots this year, Ryan? I feel like they do. And let's hold on the Saints. I'd like to hold on the Saints.
I think we do. We play the East. The AFC North plays the AFC East this year. Steelers are playing in. Yes, sir. We play the Jets in Pittsburgh, so I was very upset about that one. But yeah.
Selling. God. Can I sell off the Colts? I mean, already this Carson Wentz rumor, how they're going to cut or trade them by St. Patty's Day, whatever the fourth day of the league New Year is. I want to sell off on the Colts. I mean, listen, they're going through another quarterback. We're going through what? Let's go back and
do you think hold on before you get into this? Do you actually think they cut Wentz? Do you think that happens? I'll believe it when I see it. I think they're bull crap.
What are you gonna do? Trade for Jimmy G? I'm not a fan of any quarterbacks going. I think this is a 2013 draft class. We're kind of going into 2013 EJ Manuel and Geno Smith were your top twos, and then lo and behold, freaking Geno Smith and Mike Glennon are just journeyman backup. And now you got the kid from Liberty, you got the kid from Ole Miss, kid from Pitt. I'll know their names as we get closer to the draft because obviously
I got you all of them. Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis,
Pickett out of Pitt,
Matt Corral.
I don't feel like they're any starters, so you're going to be overpaid.
Jersey boy, that's who's going to.
Oh, but now they're going to make the whole judgment about his hands. Oh, he has too small of hands. Okay, look, he doesn't spend that much on gloves. Okay, larger the gloves, bigger the price tag on them. I don't know. God, stupid stuff gets stupid responses. I gotta say, but let's go back to the Colts thing. Okay, here. From what?
So you never answered my question. You never answered. So you think they actually cut Wentz?
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. They're just going to be a rotating door of just quarterbacks. Okay, let's go back to 20. Let's go back to what they've had, Andrew Luck, Matt Hasselbeck. Then they go back to Luck. Luck rehearsed the shoulder again. Jacoby Brissett. They had the kid that made the spin move in Green Bay back in 2013 when Rodgers broke his collarbone the first time. Then you go back to Luck. Luck makes still the playoffs. Abruptly retires. I am still salty, Andrew, about you retiring. Okay, that messed me up in fantasy because you retired 24 hours after drafting him. Yes, I have a biasness against the Colts too, just like the Broncos. And then we go into what's it called? Then we go Jacoby Brissett again. Phillip Rivers. I felt like Phillip Rivers and Andrew Luck were probably the best years they had. And then you go into Carson Wentz. And you can't even blame Carson Wentz, honestly. Well, you can because he threw 2 picks against the worst team in the NFL. Honestly. First time here. What is up? What is up, NFL, AZ, Cardinals? What is going on? Scott Tolzien started a game. It was in LA. I believe it was the first game they had in LA or the second season they were in LA. Okay, threw like multiple pick sixes. It was like 45-3, something like that. It was just abysmal. Hundley, yes. Andrew Luck will unretire, join Arians in Tampa. By the way he looks of it, Andrew Luck is not going to come out of retirement and play. I really can't. Yes, I love the idea. If he can get back in the shape, I mean, listen, he has a winner there. Let's see what Josh has to say. Buy Dwayne Haskins, sell Mike Tomlin, hold on the entire Steelers O-line.
This guy's funny.
Okay, McVay's first. Okay, yeah, so it was electric, and then he just absolutely blow the barns off of the Colts. Okay, what do you want to sell on after my stupidly way too long rant about the Colts? You want to sell off on Dallas so they get Sean Payton in? I mean, wouldn't be that bad of an idea.
Nah, I'm gonna sell on the Steelers. Yeah, I gotta sell in Pittsburgh.
Josh is about to explode in the comment section.
Gosh, he's a weirdo. He's a weird guy. That Josh fella. Still using
I
old
tried
technology.
to get him on. Could you see more teams trading away their first round picks like the Rams? It's worked the last 2 times. It's gonna work again. You sell the house now. You get you into win now mode. You're gonna win championships. Every other team has done that. I mean, like,
this is painful.
Yes.
Ryan,
I feel like this is true. Like, you're gonna sell the house. You're gonna see more teams just selling in order to acquire players. We might see like what like the NBA does, where like teams are just going to stockpile first round picks if you're not in like what the top 10, top 15.
First round picks matter in the NFL. They don't in the NBA. If you're not a top 10 pick, I know you're not a big NBA guy. If you're not in the top 10 for the NBA, it's useless and it's like a needle in a haystack. You hope to hit on someone late. But yeah, Ryan, it's kind of where I'm at, my man. Like, I don't love this class. Like, I don't want them taking Malik Willis in the first round. Like, I don't.
What about the kid from Pitt? Keep him hometown.
He's not going to be. If he got to 20, I'm not trading up for him. If he got to 20, I would take him. I'm not going up and getting him. He's not someone I'm trading up for. If he falls to 20 for some reason, I would take him. He's not going to, so that's the end of the conversation. But. So you got me here. But yeah, I'd rather see Dwayne Haskins play next year. See what you got in Haskins, former first round pick. If he stinks, this Steelers stink, which means high draft pick. Boom, they got their quarterback of the future. Hopefully, that's where I'm at with the Steelers next year. So that's what I'm selling off on Pittsburgh.
Let's see, Kyler Murray, $40+ million.
That's what quarterbacks are getting nowadays, my man. That's what
the new standard is set. New standard is set. It's going to just be skyrocketing through the moon. Hold. I want to hold on Tom Brady potentially coming out of retirement. Because, well, obviously he's, plus 4,500 to win MVP, according to CBS. So, yeah. I'll hold off on Tampa Bay. I'll see what they could do.
See, why should the Steelers blow it up? Excuse me. Why should the Steelers blow it up? The Steelers have a lot of young talent. Ryan, I'm very confused here. Why should the Steelers blow it up? Who's old on the Steelers right now? Seriously. Their team's young. They have a lot of young talent. Steelers are not blowing it up. Steelers just need another quarterback. Yeah, I understand that. It sucks. Yes, I'm aware. But guess what? Why was that the problem? Because of Big Ben. Ben was the problem. Ben was here a little too long than he should have been. He overstayed his welcome. But guess what? They have a lot of young talent around there. Steelers are not blowing up. Steelers, they're going to retool.
Jimmy G to
no,
Pittsburgh.
I don't want him. No, I don't want him. Please stop it.
But what are you going to hold off on?
I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on the Patriots. I want to see what they do next year. I want to see what step.
I think they still got cap room going in the next year.
I got to hold on them. That's where I'm going with this. Yeah, we'll see how they look next year.
Let's see. Patriots. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, $8 million. Ugh, that's not good. But let's go into a bold projection. Let's start off the offseason right. Bold prediction going into this hectic offseason.
Russell Wilson stays, and so is Deshaun Watson. Shocker. They both stay. There's your bold prediction.
I'll make 2. Jimmy G goes to Landover for a first-round pick, quarterback of the future as a bridge guy. And number 2, Vikings make the playoffs next year. It is what it is.
I don't see it, but respect it.
That's why it's
It is bold.
Way too early bold prediction.
Way too early bold.
Jimmy G going to Tampa, calling it. I mean,
sure thing.
He's good.
Down.
Well, a lot of people aren't sold on the quarterback, so I think you're going to get a first, especially if it's like at the end of like the first round. I think a first round pick will be useful there. But if you're looking at like number 11, that's not really that interesting. Steelers have eye and talent. Cam want Deontay, but I don't think they have great depth. OL isn't good. Linebackers, DBs are weak besides Minka, Hayden, age. I feel like they don't resign Hayden, to be honest.
No, they're not going to. That's where the Steelers have cap space, where I could see them re-signing Minka. And I don't see J.C. Jackson leaving. What's it called? New England. But I'm throwing top dollar at J.C. Jackson. Like,
J.C. Jackson's getting $20 million, like, easily.
And I would do it. And I would give it to him if I'm the Steelers. Like, the Steelers haven't drafted corner well. Every team drafts. And to be fair, the Steelers have kind of gotten better. Some of the guys are starting to stick around and, be useful. But, again, still, they don't draft corner well. We had this conversation on the SteelerNation.com spaces. We had people hopping in and saying these things. What do the Steelers do? Yada, yada, yada. And I say go out and get it in free agency, a corner. Gilmore's a free agent. Does he want to move again? I don't know. I know Jeremy Fowler from ESPN said that'd be like the best, spot would be Pittsburgh for Stephon Gilmore. I believe it when I see it. But, yeah, I would go out and address corner and spend top dollar from Pittsburgh. So, yes, exactly. That's my point. They're not good drafting DBs, and they hit home runs at wide receiver. I think they have a lot of young talent. Offensive, extremely young. See, Ryan, we'll get you on next week. Ryan, you'll be in the hot seat next week. We'll have a nice conversation about the Steelers. Oh, wait, Dean's coming on. I guess I got to plan out and see how long Dean's going to be.
Yeah, we'll figure all that out.
If Dean's going to be on the whole hour, we'll see. And if not, we'll get you in the hot seat. But I think the Steelers have a lot of young talent, and there's no way they're blowing this up. Cam Hayward's probably their oldest guy. And they'll get to it back hopefully next to see if they do. We'll see what happens with him after his whole offseason stuff. But
I don't think Minnesota is going to trade for Watson or Russ. I feel like they're going to just stick in house. And if they
have money? Do they even have money to trade?
Kirk Cousins got like $45 million this year, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah,
he's getting
they don't
paid,
have
like,
money
stupid.
to do that.
He's getting paid.
They don't have
amount.
money to trade for a quarterback. Like, good luck with that. That's why your take is extremely, extremely bold.
Eli Apple gets MVP. Of couch sitting, or what do you mean? Boom roasted. And that, I want to say that's rounds it out. I really think that does. Any final thoughts? Final thoughts? Anything else?
No, Ryan, you got me some conversation pieces for the future because we can definitely get you on and start talking some Steelers football because love talking Pittsburgh. But no, it was a great season, Will. Big congrats to you on your big season for you, cutting stuff. So hats off to you. Check out the Sports Desk next.
Yeah, Sports Desk next.
With Jack and Ryan. Congrats again, Jack, for your LA Rams. You can finally upgrade your division.
Shirt the LA is now the city of champions because they've won in basically 3 of the major sports. They're now the new city of champions. Boston is no longer the city of champions.
I think Boston's going to be back sooner than you think. But, yeah,
50 point win over the Sixers. Yeah, Sports Desk at 6:30 Eastern, so 25 minutes from now, 24, depending on the delay. Make sure you check them out and all their fantastic comment. They go there, the hot take meter. Okay, Ryan, boneless wings are not physically wings; they are sauce nuggets. Okay, I said that to you last year on one of your first shows. Going to continue it again. Boneless wings are sauce nuggets. Yes, exactly. Vom
And
today.
Vom today. That's right. I'm gonna go Vom today.
Vom today. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you
crap.
guys for tuning in. Next week, Dean Blandino comes on. Check us out, 5 Eastern, 4 Central. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Check back in next week. Thank you very much, Sports Desk, 6:30. Let's get it.